All right, so we about to watch a video with me, Solamyte Fly, also go by Milky Smooth, and this is, as you can see up here, the title is called Kevin Hart, Disappearance and Illuminati Cloning Him. So I was just watching Kevin Hart, I was watching his stand up. Dude's a pretty funny guy, especially in his earlier days. Dude's a pretty funny guy, like very funny. But he's not the funniest though. So like as I'm watching him, I'm always like wondering, I'm like, how does this dude beat out Cat Williams? How does this dude beat out Dave Chappelle? How does this dude beat out all these other people, like with sales and stuff like that? He's not that funny, but he is funny when he does roast. So I after I watched the thing because he was on Joe Rogan. He had a pretty good interview with Joe Rogan. I didn't watch the whole thing, but he did mention his one of his comedy specials. So I watched it to see what he was talking about, and I was like, bro, he wasn't even the best one on the thing. I think D. Ray Davis. I mean, everybody did a good job, but I think D. Ray Davis did a really good job on his set. Anyways, and he had to come in after him, didn't do as good, but he has a really big personality. Kevin Hart is very confident. But, as I'm looking at him and I'm looking at old videos and I'm looking at other videos, I'm like, this dude does not look the same throughout all of them. Like, especially when he was younger. So, like, I highly suspect him being cloning. So, I was just, after, looking at all that stuff, I just wanted to see if there's anything new that anybody's put out about him being cloning. And, just watch this video with me.
But that's not enough. So what's good? What's good? It's your boy Sip the Motivational Kid. Get ready for your sip of motivation today, man. How you guys doing, man? Look, man, I'm always talking to myself. I know some people might say I'm crazy, saying this boy crazy. This shit ain't real. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. but
Let me point out, I have to go back. This dude, okay, I can already tell this guy is a spiritual guy. He's similar to me. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, so watch over here in this corner. If y'all can see my corner, look where his hand is. So it'll be our left hand side. Look over here as he's talking, okay? Now watch this.
saying I'm crazy, saying
Y'all
this
saw
boy
that?
crazy. This shit ain't real. But
Y'all
guess
missed
what?
it?
I don't give
I'm gonna go back
a
one more time.
saying this boy
Right?
crazy. This shit ain't real. But
Oh,
guess what?
it was right there
I
too.
don't give a fuck. But
I'm gonna go back again.
look, man, I'm always talking to myself. I know some people might say I'm crazy, saying
Saw it right
this
there?
boy crazy. This shit ain't real. But guess what? I don't give
All
a
right.
fuck.
Stop.
but
Pause. Why is it
it's your
not
boy System
pausing?
Motivation.
Okay, so that over there, and that was in this corner, you saw like a little flash. That is a orb. So that's an example of, and this you guys can catch this when you're watching a video sometimes, uh, especially when people are doing it in the dark. Um, you can tell if they're like a spiritual person, and they have, when I say spiritual, I mean that their consciousness is there and they're trying to grow their light because you will see orbs around them. That means that they have protection. Um, it can be many types of beings, from ancestors to angels to, all types of thoughts. But um, they're in the spiritual realm, so we can't see them with our physical eyes, and they're in the realm that doesn't really operate like this realm, but they can't interact with us because they're on higher dimensions, but we can't interact with them.
Kid, man, I talk about this stuff just so you guys can think a little different, get in touch with yourself, meditate, and higher power, man. Reach your purpose, man. Meditate, get enlightened.
Same stuff I be saying, man. So I'm already feeling this guy. Same stuff I be on. He don't care what people gotta say. He researches stuff because he wants the truth. Okay, when they talk about truth, he wants, like, this dude is showing that he wants the truth though. He's not, he's a researcher, very similar to me, and he knows how important meditation is. So I'm really liking this guy.
But I'm gonna talk about my boy Kevin Hart, man. Look, man, Kevin, I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart motivate me, and it's just crazy how they, Hollywood, Illuminati, they whatever you want to call them, but how they are trying to try to destroy my boy from step. And I keep making these videos because I want to show you guys the process of how they do it from step by step by step. So a lot of people they usually just find them dead, but they end up just found dead and that's it. But I want to make these videos so you guys can see step by step by step how they get you, man. They trying to get my boy Kevin Hart. Well, they probably did got him already. They have got him already. But I'm gonna talk
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got him already. Just because when you look at him, I don't know how this stuff works, guys. Like it boggles my mind, but the evidence is just so strong. Like he doesn't look the same over time, and it's crazy. It's not like it's aging. I don't see aging. I see different facial features, different ways that his face look, different skin tones, different, it's like little things that I can't point out because I don't know the human body that well. Like I'm not like an artist, like a drawer, but it's like things that I notice subconsciously. I'm like, wait a minute, there's something different about him. There's something different about his face. There's something different about how his face moves, things like that.
about the stages, and here they go. They mentally get you, they destroy your career, and then the money, and they want to physically get you too after that. So, and I think they just went right away with him. For my boy Kevin Hart, as you guys don't know, he had an incident. He had an accident. Barracuda ran off the road. Back broke in three different places. Back broke in three different places. He ran off the road. Real bad accident. So right before the accident happened, right while the accident happened, after the accident happened, lady come out of nowhere, a sex tape scandal trying to sue Kevin Hart. This is all going on now. This is all going on while he's in the hospital and the media talking about his accident. All right, sex tape scandal come out, get sued for.
And I just want to point out too, and yes, guys, I'm going to be pausing this a lot because this is a commentary video. I'm not trying to take this guy's content, but I am going to promote this guy's content. I'm going to promote research and I'm going to promote videos like this by doing this. So, yeah, I'm going to be comment because, I have to make it my video. But I do want to say, in addition to what he's saying, that it is suspicious how celebrities, they always seem to get into some big accidents, or they always seem to have something going on with their family or something going on with their parents. If you think about it, is way more common with celebrities than it is with regular people that you know in your life. I don't know people in my life that really have any big, like super huge tragic events that happen in their life, but celebrities seem to have it happen a lot more often. And that is not by coincidence at all. It's spiritual warfare, guys.
$60 million right after the accident. And another thing happened was circulating while right after the accident happened is a whole bunch of homophobic tweets about Kevin Hart came back up, and that's why he didn't do the Oscars. But another one came up while right after he had an accident happened with Lil Nas X, the guy that seen Old Town Road. That's my shit, low key. But
Lil Nas X, talk about him. I just want to put my 2 cents in about Lil Nas X. I don't know anything about him. I haven't researched him. I'm not interested in him. I knew he was a planted type of rapper. When I looked at him, I just already knew, oh, this dude, he's not an artist for real. Like, and then he had the whole gimmick with his song, and then Miley Cyrus's dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, is on his song. I'm like, bruh, this dude's a puppet. I always knew that about Lil Nas X. And then his name is Lil Nas X. No creativity in his name at all. At least he didn't go with like Lil Baby or the Baby or something like that. Um, but still, yeah. When people get big like that, just out of nowhere for no reason, they have like $20 million just put behind them for videos and things like that. You guys gotta watch out. Don't go for the hype. But we are so slow. Like I'm talking about as a collective. Like we're just so like we're so easily led that like if something's put in front of our face and is put, made look like glamorous and all that stuff, we follow it. I don't know why.
the guy that seen Old Town Road, him and Kevin Hart and Lil Nas X had like a talk on the HBO show called I forgot the name of it, but they just kind of talking. You can look it up, and then they saying Kevin Hart homophobic. So this guy just had an accident, back fucked up, gets sued for $60 million by the sex tape scandal. It's just the coincidence and the timing of it. And then the homophobic video popped back up, so all that coming back. And then they talk about he's getting sued by the passenger of the car accident. And on top of it, and all that's happening while
Notice the orb go. Something's over here. Something is with him while he is talking. And don't tell me that that's video artifacts. Like, we got to be realistic, okay? If it was video artifacts, it would be happening everywhere within the video, even on him, okay? It's not video artifacts.
about he's getting sued by the passenger of the car accident. And on top of it, and all that's happening while he's in the hospital, like everything in the accident, everything. And then like, so you see they mentally, they try to take him out so they didn't kill him. They back all fucked up. They gonna fuck up his career. Backed all fucked up. And then there's sex tape scandal. She wants $60 million. Cause they said he leaked she said he leaked the sex tape in order to help itself get more exposure. So that's going on. The Lil Nas X thing, because you go know Lil Nas X is homosexual. So him and Kevin Hart kind of had some words, which I didn't see was a big deal, but they kind of had some words. And it looked like he's homophobic again. And then after that, this passenger of the accident are talking about suing him. You know, and I made this video to say I think he might be gone, man. Like people are like, you sound fucking crazy. What's wrong with you? But
Yeah, it might be true because if you compare him to people like Dave Chappelle and also Cat Williams, something happened to Cat Williams too. But like if you compare him to Dave Chappelle is somebody that I know for a fact that he is dead. Because he has such a strong, like even though he was like meek in his personality, he had such a strong presence and such a strong personality, and it was very unique. And I don't know why, but when they cloned him, they made him so much different than what he used to be. Now, it's not, now I just want to make sure that you know that it's not that I immediately think that Dave Chappelle was cloned. Okay, I go and look at it with an analytical eye. I like Dave Chappelle, so when he came back, I was excited. So I was looking for Dave Chappelle. So that's how I um, come to ask these questions. Okay, not that I know anything, but I come to ask these questions because when Dave Chappelle comes back and he looks so much different and he talks so much different, and then he has his pants is rolled up, and the way he's dressed is nothing like how he used to do. You know, he's wearing sunglasses like he's some big celebrity, and he's doing things that he never did before. I'm like, this is not Dave Chappelle. And then when you listen to his jokes, he's like, oh, this is definitely not Dave Chappelle. He's not even telling the jokes the same. His voice sounds the same, speech pattern is the same, but the energy and the soul and the content, the substance that made Dave Chappelle such a great comedian is not there anymore. So I stopped listening to Dave Chappelle. I did my research and I found some really good stuff. I'm like, okay, I know for sure that Dave Chappelle was cloned. So if people want to call me stupid for that, you want to talk down to me, they want to act like I'm, trying to put out lies. That's your opinion. I got my opinion. Let's move on.
I think that that people get cloned. I think they have cloned him. And I'm saying this by saying because look, all the stuff happened, and then even the accident. They saying his back is messed up. Some sources saying he paralyzed. He hurt his like spine in three. He fractured in three different places. Some people saying that he can walk. Some people saying he can't. His stuff I read that he told his people around him not to, even, to tell people he's okay. His wife says he's okay, but my thing is I think they're about to get rid of him or clone him because I think what's happening is, man. For instance, Kevin Hart, man, you're talking about a guy who's on social media every day. Kevin Hart stays on social media because that's how he get bigger and bigger by staying in touch with his fans. It's been about a good month, I think.
Oh, he thinks Kevin Hart about to be killed off or something. When was this made? He was talking about the accident, so it's probably like a year ago. Yeah, October 2019. Okay.
I think that Kevin Hart haven't been on any social media, haven't said I'm good. He haven't said like, hey y'all, I'm great. Kevin Hart, they can't stop me. He haven't said any of that. I know you're probably going through a lot, like you're saying, but he would have usually said, he always talk about how positive he is. He would have posted something like, I ain't gonna let this stop me. It's been like a whole month or so, I think, and he haven't posted anything. So that's why I think that he getting cloned. They probably cloned my boy by now. And then that, like he haven't posted anything in his back. His back not being able to work, like saying some people saying he paralyzed.
Now, I do want to also say this while I'm watching this. Like what he's saying right now, he's saying that I think. I'm not really with these type of videos. I'm just like I take these type of videos as like, just taking somebody else's opinion, just looking at somebody's perspective so that you can get another angle on the topic that you're looking at. Okay. So uh, for me to actually figure out if Kevin Hart has a clone, this is not a good video to be watching, but I do appreciate him making a video like this and, him putting himself out there. And I think that more people should do things like this and don't just think of social media as as something to consume. Think of social media as something to let your voice be heard, to let it all hang out, not let it all hang out, but do the things that you feel like if you feel like other people want to see it or you think that people may want to hear it, you do it and put it on social media because it's going to benefit somebody, even if two people just see it and it's on the internet for 10 years. It has purpose. So less consuming and more acting, more art.
That's why I think he's been cloned now, man. He haven't posted anything. They say his back is paralyzed, all these different stories and stuff. Some people say he can't walk. So Hollywood, you know what I mean? Like he was getting too big for Hollywood. He was getting too smart. He didn't need Hollywood. Kevin Hart does a lot of stuff on his own. He makes his own movies, his own.
I don't think that's true at all. He needed Hollywood. He wanted to be Hollywood. That's why he is in Hollywood, and that's why he's in so many movies. Um, you think that it looks like he's doing it on his own because he has that type of personality. He has a big ego, and there's nothing wrong with that, really. I mean, it has its pros and its cons, but he took advantage and used it for his brand, Kevin Hart, and um, but he's still Hollywood though. He makes it like he does things by himself, but it's Hollywood. It's all Hollywood.
Stand up special. And I think he was getting
He tells you a lot in his show that he had. I don't know what it was called, but it was a show where he was playing himself, basically being in Hollywood, and he tells you a lot of the truth in his story and like how he came up into Hollywood.
too big. He's making too much of that paper. Without Hollywood, they Illuminati, you know what I mean? They didn't like that, and he's getting too big. He's too smart. Basically, they. I think the problem was with what happened with that situation is when you don't think when they don't think for you, they get rid of you. And I'm by saying that like, okay, you should do this or make you do that or do this role, and he didn't like that. He making all his own opportunities. They don't like that. They can't think for him. He's too smart for them, and they don't like that. When you're too smart for them, they get rid of you. But like I said, I think my boy Clone, man,
I can agree with that. I don't know if that's how he was or what that's what happened. I have no idea, and I don't know how I can figure that out. So I wouldn't even go search for that answer. But I could see that, like, if he was somebody that was independent, they want control over people. They only want people that are in the public eye that they can control. And if they can't control you, when I say they, I mean the people with the big money that are making all the moves, the people that, fame and having nice clothes and having a big house and all that stuff and money, it doesn't matter to them because they have so much power. So they get, it gets to a point where you have so much power, you start worrying about things that normal people don't worry about, like controlling other people, other things. But I don't want to go too deep into that.
I think he got on the back. Like I said, he haven't posted anything for a while. They saying his back, his spinal cord is he's paralyzed and everything. And I think this timing, this little time thing is crazy because this is a long time he's gone. And I'm thinking he's gonna come back acting all weird.
I'm gonna go back 1 second. So notice in this area, hopefully y'all can see my cursor, but right here in this area, look at it. There's something blinking over here. It's flashing. And it's not coming from his camera because this is where the light source is. The light source is right here. This is the dark area. Maybe he has something in his room that's flashing over here, but if he did, I think it would glow more like that and have more of a glow than a glow like this. The light that's over here is more of a pinpoint, kind of like how my cursor is. And before, earlier in the video, it was moving kind of in this area, but now it's kind of like more in this area. So let me press play.
His back, his spinal cord is he's paralyzed and everything. And I think this timing, this little time thing, this is crazy because this is a long time
It came down a little bit like that when it flashed. It flashed and it came down a little bit like that, and then flashed again and went blop blop, flashed again.
gone. And I'm thinking he's gonna come back acting all weird. Like he's probably not gonna be funny. He might be extra serious. Even his back might not even be messed up because it might not be him. But I'm a big fan of Kevin Hart. It's your boy Sip the Motivational Kid. You might say I sound fucking crazy, but hey, it's the fucking world. Meditate, stay in touch. Meditate, get in touch with yourself, your higher self, man. Find out your purpose. I'm out this motherfucker. Peace.
I'm gonna second that message, man. You did a great job. I appreciate your video, and I am going to definitely share it. Sip the Motivational Kid. You can subscribe to him right there. He put that video out in 2019. Has 2,000 views, 34 likes. Pretty good ratio, normal looking ratio, and he has 866 subscribers. Normal looking ratio. So this dude is he looks pretty normal and real. And probably a lot more people have seen it, a lot more than that 2,000. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Actually, I'm not done. Let's go look at another video. I want to show y'all that Kevin Hart video that I had mentioned in one of my previous videos. The interview right there. And all I did was search Kevin Hart is clone.
He's everywhere else, and now he's on.
And I chose that search pattern. I know I typed it weird, but anyways, I chose that search pattern because I'm looking for videos that are talking specifically about Kevin Hart being cloned, because I want to see how correct they are or how right they are. How much do they make sense? So I'm looking for videos that make sense, that help support this. And I'm not going to be looking for videos that don't support this, because they're obviously, it's easy to say that this is a lie. So I'm not going to look at that stuff because it's way too easy to say that this is a lie. It's way too easy to say that he's crazy, that somebody's crazy for thinking like this. Just like how the guy in the other video was like, y'all might think I'm crazy, but this is how the world is. I feel the same way. Like, I want to know how the world is, and if I feel like he's cloned, I want to know if he's really cloned. So I searched like that. So this is the interview, Kevin Hart, I'm cloned. So in this interview, this is where he actually says it, and he's not laughing like how he usually is. Like, I don't know if you guys know about Kevin Hart, but you see how this picture is right here? He smiles a lot. He laughs a lot. When he's talking, he's smiling and he's laughing. Even when he tries to act serious, he still has some type of a smile. He still has some type of this is a joke, because he's an actor. Like, Kevin Hart likes to act. So when he's doing things, he likes to act. When he's being funny, he likes to act, he's not like a realist actor. I mean, realist comedian. He's a acting comedian. He likes to perform. So even when he tries to act serious, you can tell that he's still joking, because he's still in acting mode. And that's how he gets away with a lot of his jokes. That's how a lot of comedians get away with their jokes.
And now he's on SportsCenter. Kevin Hart, star of the new film Central Intelligence, joining us now. How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag, okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay, I appreciate it.
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
All right. Movie.
Let's pause and go back real quick and look at the details. Okay.
Kevin Hart, star of the new film Central Intelligence, joining us now. How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Look at that face. I'm going to go in slow motion. We are going to go in slow.
Cat's out the bag, okay?
Oh my gosh. Look at his face when he says it.
There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag, okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is.
He did have kind of a smile right there, but watch this.
Major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay. I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
All right. Movie coming out this weekend. What was it like working with The Rock? How do you do it? I look on Twitter. There you are. Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
Look how he looks directly into the camera when he says that. This is a body language sign that he's telling the truth. He's telling some type of truth. So just that little bit of information, this right here, him staring into the camera when he says it, says a lot. And I'm not exaggerating. This body language is called microscopic or micro body language. What's it called? Micro something. Micro gestures, micro signs. I don't know. I forget the sign, but it's micro something. And it's something that you pick up when people are, if you can tell somebody's lying or not about something by the micro gestures that they do, the micro body language signs that come out of them that they subconsciously do that they can't control because they're not thinking of it. It's just something that you do because you're speaking with your body. You're not just speaking with your words. And right here, he's speaking with his body as well. And he looks directly into the camera and says, I'm cloned. He looks away from the anchor to the camera, not smiling, direct eye contact. It's like, hey guys, I'm just going to tell you right now. I know you're not going to believe me, but I'm going to tell you I'm cloned. And he doesn't look too happy about it.
I was going to say.
Frowned a little bit. Let's go back a little bit more. Let's do this in slow motion. No, that's faster. My bad. Half speed. All right, let's.
Television. There you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was gonna say that there's two of you.
You saw how he's frowning. He's not happy about it. So he was probably forced. And I believe this was before the car accident. And watch how his smile fades.
You are. Facebook. There you are. Television. There you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was gonna say that.
Smile fades right there. It's like for 1 second that smile fades. So he's smiling right here. I know you can probably be like, oh, that's a frown. No, he's smiling.
Do it.
I have a clone.
I was gonna say that there's two of you.
Cat's out of the bag. Okay? It's about
All right, let's go normal speed again.
a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news, and
Okay, so now he's smiling again. If you can read the body language in the series of events. So he just told the truth, right? He told some type of a truth with his body language, and he did something that was daring. That was probably kind of brave in his eyes, right? Took a little bit of courage, but then he frowned a little bit. Probably thinking that I shouldn't have done that, but the type of person that he is, he's like, well, I'm gonna keep going with this because they probably think I'm joking anyways. So I'm gonna keep going with this so I don't look like, so I'm gonna act like it's a joke. And but at the same time, since the cat's out of the bag, let me go ahead and just put it out there. There's about good 3 of me. That sounds about right? That sounds very natural, and that sounds like exactly what's happening, like the thought process.
I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay. I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all.
And this is just how I think. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. When I do research for myself. I don't do it for nobody else. Okay. I'm not trying to convince you guys of anything, but I'm doing this to share information because if this is true, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we live in.
All that I do.
All right. Movie coming out this weekend. What was it like working with The Rock?
I have a clone.
I have a clone. I have a clone. I have a clone.
I was gonna say that there's two of you.
Cat's out of the bag. Okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right, so that part right there, I think he's probably fabricating, exaggerating, but there probably is a good three of him. But when he said this is the first time, that could or could not be true. Um, it seems like he's putting his ego into it again, trying to make it more jokey. So he's exaggerating the story, try to make it seem like, because he's always talking about how he's a big deal, he's a superstar, he's the best, he's mainstream. So he likes that type of stuff. So he likes being the big guy on top. So I think he's using this story to kind of do that as well, like he always does.
You.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
I'm cloned. I'm cloned. I'm cloned.
Okay. All right.
Head nod is very consistent with his words, saying I'm cloned. Very consistent with what he did earlier, saying I'm cloned, and then looking into the camera, he said I'm cloned. Nod his head, swung his head to the guy, looking for his reaction, and he is ignoring it. So he feels a little bit more comfortable with it, being like, okay, the truth is out there, but nobody's gonna really believe me. So I can tell there's a little bit of relief for him right now. This is what goes on through my mind when I'm looking at things. This is why I call it research. You guys be like, oh, you're just looking at videos. You got to look at the details.
I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
All right. That's all I wanted to say. But look at him right here. And then look at him right here. Look at him right here. Then look at him right here. Different. He looks different. Skin tone is a little different. He looks right here in this video. He looks a little bit more matte blacker, like the shade of black is different right here. And you could say it's the lighting, but this is what I see. Jay-Z is on some level stuff too. Let me real quick before I end this video. Let me try to find some older. Okay, let me go back. Try to find some older images of him. Okay, so for example, right here, this is more of the older Kevin. That's more of the older Kevin. And this is like the newer Kevin. They don't completely look the same. And of course, there's Dave Chappelle. I already know. Look at that. It's very obvious that he's cloned. It's very obvious. Anyways, and then, like I said, they clone animals. So if they can clone animals, what makes you think that they can't clone humans? This guy, definitely a plant, a puppet. When I say plant, I mean like he's not. I feel like he's being used. So that's it for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and enjoy your day, enjoy your night, and happy researching and happy studying yourself. So let me end it with what's all this stuff going? Study yourself, learn to meditate, talk to God, put God first, put love and God first in everything that you do, and all will be well. There's nothing to be afraid of. We do live in a crazy world, but as we learn more about ourselves and more about the spiritual world and the powers that we have within us and our relation to our Creator, these things will disappear and we'll start to live in a more balanced and harmonious life. And I'm here to help. Let me know if you're here with me on this journey. It's a spiritual world. I'm on the front lines. And while I'm here, I'm going to do what I can to help out because I know it's going to help not only myself, but it's going to help out the world. So with that, I say peace